his qualifying match just now. Second player to join in, the likes of Bunny, to the group stage. I got a couple things to talk about, but let's get these intros out of the way first. Spawning here in the bottom left side of Dusk Towers, it's going to be the pink Protoss PRIMELOT.
In the top right, as the purple Protoss, he's PappiJoe.
All right, so I know it's like, Rifkin, what's going on today? Why are things so different on the channel? A lot of people keep coming in, and we're even seeing Reddit threads pop up about this now. I want to make a couple things very clear, guys. Like, there's no way to paint this picture that's going to make people happy. So we're not going to try to. The simple truth of it is, A, subscriber mode is on because we want to be able to focus on the games and have a great time interacting with chat as we normally do on the channel. And the sad reality is there's going to be shitty trolls in chat. In fact, there probably are already. They just can't speak, which is good for us. Secondly, the VOD thing that's going on. This was already talked about a couple times on stream. Just to recap on it really quick. I know that people think, oh, what a coincidence, Rifkin's doing this because of X or Y, but the truth is, we've been really trying to push our YouTube channel. We hired nice usernames straight up to start helping us work on focusing on YouTube a little bit more several weeks ago. So this is something that was been in the process and been thought about for a while, and yesterday was obviously just that little push to make it go a little bit sooner than expected. So the whole point of VODs being on paywall restriction are strictly just to try and get more traffic to our YouTube. A lot of people watch our stuff on Twitch already, and a lot of people watch our stuff live, so there's not a lot of reason to watch our YouTube. We're hoping that in doing this, at least the VOD sake, will garner perhaps a little more traffic towards YouTube. But thank you to Damusashi.
Ooh.
I'm so sorry for saying that wrong, but thank you for the subscription. New sub hype?
You ever play Brave Fencer Musashi?
No.
Okay. I don't know if that was exactly the name of it, but it's really close. And that was a really good PlayStation 1 game, I think. Dang, a long time ago.
Anyways, closing thoughts, though, are just really emphasize. Oh, this is going to close, trying to block that, I guess. That sub-only mode is not going to be a permanent thing. VODs being on a paywall may or may not be a permanent thing. It's just, again, today, all these things coming together at once does make it look like things are hitting harder than they are. But I have to go open a raffle because Riomar wants to go give away another game, Murdered Soul Suspect. So I'm going to go get that open because he has to leave in about half an hour to 45 minutes. So we'll play camera on zombie grab game, I guess.
Okay, dokie. So the probe here finally does get taken out. They both went for these Nexus builds, so it's not a cheesy PvP like what we kind of expected. I guess the map has something to do with that. It is one that's going to play most into a macro game, so start with the first game in the best of 3 with that, or maybe they just both agreed, no rush 10 minutes. I have a first difference here with the Stargates for PrimeLots versus, well, actually, no tech quite chosen yet for PappiJoe, just the double gateways, of course. So he'll have a lot more units to work with.
Oh, PrimeLot's Adept going to get caught on the other side of the map. A little unfortunate. I don't think you can escape this. Maybe. Oh, no. He's running out of room to run, but he actually gets out of there. For now.
And then he gets walled off.
Wrecked. And Stalker spawn, so double unfortunate.
So if PappiJoe goes out in the middle of the map, or even takes a third base like he is, and has his units out of position, this Oracle from PrimeLot could do some damage. The Mothership Core is obviously going to be great at defending, one of these bases, and the pylon's actually really nicely set up in the main base, but you could try and scoot around and get to the third maybe. Looks like the Stalkers are, or the natural, the Stalkers have placed themselves there, so PappiJoe actually has pretty excellent Oracle coverage. Nothing to worry about.
By the way, we are up to... Man, like, okay, I've said it and I stand by it. We're not going to make sub-only mode a permanent thing. But damn, we're up to 826 subs now. Thank you guys for subscribing today.
Woo!
That's awesome.
So, the Twilight Council and Robo coming down for PappiJoe, as he did not choose any other tech yet. Makes sense. See if it's Blink. I'm going to guess it's Blink. But I guess it could also be Charge.
Oh, that overcharge just barely out of range for this, unfortunately.
No.
So he's not going to massacre the probes, but that could get a little bit scary. 6 is not bad, and he gets out of there alive.
But yeah, for the defense that PappiJoe had, 6 is pretty damn good in the Oracle Living. Now, it does also see the third base, and the 6 probe kills suddenly don't feel as good because you're behind an entire Nexus, and that's triple probe production for PappiJoe right here. But And at least it's something. Second Oracle comes in. It's going to get a few more kills in the main base, but the Vision Overcharge does shoot away again.
Go on, get. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Primelot's not really in a bad position per se, but he is. It's not the greatest either. Like his Twilight Council is going to be later, although his Robo is well timed, and his third Nexus is obviously going to put him behind a little bit for the economy. Although PappiJoe is not mining from his quite yet.
It's a little strange because I think it was not too long ago taking a third this early was actually incredibly suicidally dangerous in a PvP, but that just goes to show how much this matchup has changed.
Much better in from Heart of the Swarm rather.
This is kind of cute.
Cool. Yeah.
I don't know if that'll catch any probes. That'll be annoying if it does, but it could catch stalkers that come to the edge to try and chase the oracles down. So it's not bad. Of course, vision's already been wrecked, so I can't see grasp. So if you guys don't know, you can actually see this. It's like a DT standing still type thing. It's very difficult to actually spot. War Prism heading on the left side for PappiJoe. He's gonna have a pylon down here as well. PrimeLot, I think, was sort of searching for something along these lines, so might accidentally catch it.
It's coming in. They have a proxy pylon as well, although obviously slow warp-ins. The +1's going to be faster, as I don't think PappiJoe even has a forge, so that's, I guess, where PrimeLot does have a very definite lead. A little bit ahead in probes and a little bit ahead in army as well. Though the Void Rays should fall off eventually. Having them for right now is really a lot of extra damage against Blink Stalkers. It is going to be Blink versus Blink, so it's going to be Blink Disruptor versus Blink Disruptor. Blink's done. There you go. Ah!
Correct. So I'm assuming this is Dark Crusher Europe, but maybe it's ooh.
Dark Crusher. Ow.
Thank you, Dark Crusher, for subscribing to the channel. Follow-up on this is going to be interesting because it's Dark Shrine versus Robo. So we already know how good Disruptors can be. If you've seen some of the Korean VODs and highlight clips, you've actually seen Disruptors beat out Dark Templar without detection, which is cool too. But Disruptors and Blink Stalkers are ultimately where this match seems to head most times. And it does make for an exciting end game if you have really good players controlling Blink Stalkers and Disruptors flailing into one another. But not sure that that's going to be the case here. This army, though, out of PrimeLot is so very good at being anti-stalker, and if any of these get forward, that stasis trap's going to catch them. He'll pounce on what's left, then he'll pounce on what remains afterwards. He even picks off the Observer. Now, he overextends a little bit with his own stalkers. I think camping the ones that are here is going to be the best case. The Immortal and the Sentries, are you for real? They can't even. They can't even. What the fuck was that?
That is some good bug right there.
That is the best pathfinding ever. Blizzard, please, why? Comes back in for the attack. Of course, the prismatic alignment from the Void Ray is doing work. Same with the Immortal, so he dishes out a lot of damage to these stalkers. That +1 helping his own Blink. Jeez, though. That force field / sentry loss, I guess, from the AI really sucked.
Yeah, yeah, but then PappiJoe taking the fight was also kind of questionable. It's not so bad only being down 10 army supply, but it looked like it was going to go way worse, not just blinking immediately out of the stasis trap. The upgrades for PrimeLot, once again, he got that +1 so much quicker, and PappiJoe is not bothering with upgrades at all. Now, in Disruptor versus Disruptor Wars, upgrades don't really matter, but on an even skill level, we do see oftentimes Blink Stalkers end up being the one things left, because you do start targeting each other's Disruptors, so that upgrade can really help when that happens, and you just, it's micro versus micro. But PrimeLot has really just accelerated in that late game. He's got the upgrades, he's got the tech, he's got the Disruptors.
Looking forward, the Immortal's gonna be driven back. That one Stasis Trap Stalker. Genkai, it's 1972. Genkai, thank you very much for that sub. If that's the year you were born, then sir, I salute you for being so old and into StarCraft nonetheless. I say old 72? Tentatively. Yeah. 72 is like good 40 something, I think. Yeah.
Oh wait. No, yeah, you're right.
It'd be early 40s. It'd be early 40s.
44.
Yeah.
Are they born in 972? Congratulations for being so old.
Congrats on being 1,000 years old. All right, we finally have the Disruptors underway. We got the Dark Shrine as well, so he's gonna have, I imagine, a lot less about the DTs, but a lot more about the Archons that accompany this. But there are a couple of DTs from his opponent in his base, and the Disruptor could be used to deal with these. Gotta be careful, though.
He just packed into the cannon, I guess. Ah, there you go. Oh.
Yeah, trying to guess where they were. That blur is kind of hard to keep up with, of course. But the Observer sees us, so not a huge issue.
I really feel a lot better for PrimeLot. I mean, he got that much later Nexus, but that obviously did not play a huge part. Oh, okay. Well, this is nice. But even with the probe... Oh, God, please don't kill your own probes.
I know, right?
Even with the probe kills going down right here, I just find his army to be so much better, so much more intimidating, and he is getting his own Dark Shrine, so we might see PappiJoe take some damage in return.
The DTs did not do a lot of damage at first, but have started to really get that probe kill count up. Picking up a building was nice. PrimeLot still, though, like, just regarding supplies for a moment, has a huge bank going for him.
Mm-hmm. And just, like I said, that better army, better upgrades. He has a 4th base already mining, which he has to go defend right now as PappiJoe moves onto the map. He's getting, up to 3? Wait, didn't he have double production already?
We lost one of the robos. That's what I was talking about with the
right. So it's going to still be triple robo, though. So that's, whoa, triple robo. That's going to be a lot of disruptor production.
I mean, if you're on 4 bases, why the heck not? These Adepts coming in are a little bit risque because, of course, Disruptors can take them out pretty quickly. Okay. Blake's back, hoping to pounce on them. That's actually a pretty smart move.
PappiJoe's, I don't know if it's reluctance or just he wanted to do everything else first, but the late disruptors could really kill him here, you know?
Well,
like, PrimeLot has
no...
Well,
he's got +3. I mean, he's going to have that huge advantage over
right.
0-0 Stalkers. Like, forget the Disruptors for a second. They can blink past the balls and actually just win a straight-up fight.
So I was going to note that like this just means that PrimeLot doesn't have to decide where and how to blink, where if you are facing another person with disruptors, blink can be very dangerous to use in general if you blink forward or blink back. It's just about that consistent disruptor dodging. The Adepts getting in here are going to try and draw the army back, and they do. So PappiJoe buys a little bit of time. But PrimeLot's bank is getting really crazy, and PappiJoe not having a 4th base is getting really bad.
He's moving towards it now, but I can't stop but looking at that +3. I mean, Disruptors obviously don't need upgrades. They're going to kill everything and anything they touch anyways. But it is the difference of these Immortals versus Immortals and Stalkers versus Stalkers. I can't like get over how big of a deal +3 is going to be. And hopefully PrimeLot can take advantage of it. He is going to be the one pushing in. A little bit scary because, of course, you don't know what your opponent has going, but he's got so much more Disruptors, so many more Stalkers. The Void Rays in the sky could always potentially snipe something off. Those Disruptors traded out with the Stalker. That was a bit weird to watch.
Ooh,
Revelation.
Nice
yeah, he's got eyes on PappiJoe's army. Comes with another Disruptor. Problem is, he keeps walking his own into PappiJoe's shot. So PappiJoe taking a pretty good defensive fight so far.
PrimeLot is already advancing tech again. That's been kind of his deal this game. It's just almost always better tech. Once again, loses another Disruptor. So he's going up to Tempests with this Fleet Beacon and continuing to upgrade. Blinks forward, trying to take out the Disruptor, but then loses a good chunk of his Adepts, mostly.
Oh, you know what I just realized, too?
What's up?
Oh, hang on, plug it back. I think we're tied now with the amount of subs we had from the best of 69. Like, this might actually potentially be our highest sub count ever.
Woohoo! It's pretty damn good.
Sorry, someone just messaged me on that Skype. I actually don't know. Kitty the Neko has those stats for some reason saved. If Kitty, if you're in the chat, man, how many subs do we have at the end of the best of 69? Do you have that remembered? I'm actually curious now if we're gonna beat that number or not. Disruptors aren't gonna get those hits that they want. I do feel a little bit bad for PrimeLot though. Like he's really missing out on this upgraded opportunity, I guess you could say. Oh, those disruptor shots were amazing. The other one's not so much.
With only one disruptor left over, of course, you don't want to blink into it in case they have another one popping up behind, which would have been the case for PappiJoe. But if he had just taken out the last disruptor, he would have been able to take a really good army fight.
I really wish I didn't break the graph mod earlier because I would have loved to see that army drop off on the graph. Like,
I mean, I got it, and it's a pretty like.
It's pretty steep.
Like it just like flat after a while. Anyways.
It's like a flatlining patient. Like beep, beep, beep.
Yes, actually, that's a better analogy. Yep, exactly what happened. Still continuing to just pressure PappiJoe. Has not actually gone towards the 4th base yet, so PappiJoe's getting some mining you really should not be able to get.
No, He doesn't know about this 4th base. If he did, all it would take is like sending a 1 Zealot, like a couple of Adepts over, 1 Disruptor. He would completely obliterate the income of his opponent.
Yeah. Went for his opponent's Disruptor. Oh,
wow.
Dear God.
These Disruptor hits have been pretty pristine on both sides. I gotta say, pretty terrible on each other's side. Of course, the split-second decision to get a Disruptor shot off is kind of a little bit reminiscent of tanks firing on other tanks, but PrimeLot.
Carriers. Okay.
I love the Golden Armada. These can lead to really stupidly long games because of the way Tempest stalled this out, but I gotta say 2 things. First and foremost, not knowing about that 4th, that really sucks. But secondly, PrimeLot has not been able to take advantage of his upgrades still. It's 3-1 over 1-1, and any sort of run-bys, any sort of fights would have gone so much better for him. The fact that he's actively choosing to fight in these Disruptor Wars is entirely his choice, and it's costing him time, I guess, is the best way to describe that. DT's warped in, are going to get picked off. There are observers with the army. The Void Rays. Oh, wait.
Ooh.
Maybe Pounce pulling forward on top of the Disruptors. Nice picks here, but still loses a large portion of his army. However, so does PappiJoe. Oh, now his Stalker Camp falls once again. New Stalkers come out because a lot were, of course, they blinked into the Warp Prism. That snipe at the last second was fantastic. But, oh my gosh, this game.
That's so messy. This is the messiest fight I've ever seen.
I think the Void Rays are actually going to win this.
I think there's enough Stalkers. But they really are poorly upgraded.
Yeah.
Quite bad.
And the Disruptor does get focused at the last second, so the Stalkers will live to see another day. The Immortal doing pretty good damage, but now those Carriers actually are going to be pretty damn good, I gotta say.
They're just... they're... That was a very funny trade out, but obviously PappiJoe, who has always had less of a bank, in fact, really no bank at all, is going to be worse for wear, is stuck at 28 supply. PrimeLot could move in with his carriers that he has right now and do fine, even if they're allowed to be blinked under and focus fired. He would still win the fight.
He wouldn't even need to use them. He could actually just go dump interceptors on a base and stay floating to safety, right? But he's got a mothership, so he's got cloaking. He's got these Zealots. It's actually gonna be really hard to do, like as you said, blink underneath them because you might not actually, if everything's cloaked. He has no detection. There's no observers for PappiJoe. There's no Oracle. There's nothing to detect cloaked units.
Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh, PappiJoe has got that 4th base, which somehow has not died this entire time. He's really, hoping that it won't as he gets a 5th base. I mean, he's using his minerals to get a 5th base when he needs an army too. It's a dangerous bet, but it's one that hopefully will pay off for him as the game goes on for another 4 minutes, I'd say. We have the legendary Colossus on the way. I don't know why we do.
It's a beast of myth and legend as we don't see it anymore. Gone extinct with Amon's conquerage of Ire.
It feels very useless in a PvP right now. In this type of PvP.
I kind of feel like its range might actually be kind of beneficial, depending on how this goes. But yeah, in general, like it's going to be susceptible to the Disruptor hits. It can be hit without detection from Disruptor hits. Like, it's a little bit weird. But this is weird too. What the fuck is this guy doing? This is like, okay, you see another sniper sniping, you're like, okay, let me just crouch down in front of him and snipe him back. Oh wait, that didn't work. Like, that one did though. What the fuck? Like, I have no words.
They knew they were suicidal.
I have no words.
They went in anyways.
PrimeLot is coming in with an army that cannot, should not, would not be stopped. He's got so many Stalkers, Zealots, and these Disruptors are just guessing at what they could possibly hit underneath this. He actually did not get the carrier upgrade, so funny enough, these carriers are actually kind of garbage. Once the interceptors are out flying, though, that's good to go. That's a lot of damage. Boom, bada bing, bada boom.
Yeah. GG. PrimeLot has finally done it.
Game 1.
20-minute game.
What an excellent game 1, too. All right.